will state Java static keyword. So the keyword static that can be used with a variable, with a method, and with a block also. Static variable, static method, and static block. It is very, very important for interview actually as a fresher. Then question is, why static variable? What is the advantage of static variable? In which scenario that we will declare a variable as static? Suppose one scenario, suppose I am representing, suppose I want to display 50 student information of COAB. Suppose. So for that, I thought for displaying 50 student information, so I will take 50 objects. So I will take 50 objects in this way. Suppose one, this is second object. This is 50 object. Now, suppose this is S1, let this is S2, and this is S50. Very mindfully listen. If it is possible, simultaneously you can write also. Let it suppose 50 student information. Suppose your registration number, suppose, and your name and your college name. Okay, so your college name is COEB. Your college name is COEB. Similarly, same point, registration number, your name and your college name, COEB. Similarly, your name, sorry, registration number, name, your college name, COEB. You see, registration number is a different, name is different, but college name is common, COAB, COAB, COAB. Okay, so just we will do little bit analysis for the attribute college name. So college name value is COEB. C 1, 2, 3, 4 characters. It is a string value for consisting 4 characters. We have studied Java data types. Each character occupy 2 bytes of memory location. So 2 bytes, 2 bytes, 2 bytes, 2 bytes. So that means 4 into 2, 8 bytes. So to assign the value COEB, so we will require 8 bytes of memory location. Then similarly, this is for student 1, student 2, student 50. So 50 into 8 bytes. 400 bytes of memory will require for assigning the value COEB only. Just it is a little bit analysis. Okay. So which attributes that I am considering for the analysis? The attribute which is common to all objects. So that attribute is CNAME because the college name value is common, COAB, COAB, COAB. And it is consisting 4 characters means 8 bytes of memory location. For 50 objects, 50 into 8, that is 400 bytes of memory allocation will require. But if that attribute, if I will declare as static, so what we will get the benefits? Okay, so if that attribute I will declare static, then so what we will get the benefit? You see in Java, in JVM structure actually. So if I will get some time, then I will give the detail about JVM, Java Virtual Machine. So in JVM, uh, there are three sections. One is class loader subsystem, one is various memories, and one is execution engine. So there are various memory areas. So one memory area is heap. One memory area is a heap. So heap area, stack area, method area, netting method area, there are various memory areas. You remember there is a one memory area heap. So if the particular data member I will declare as static, so what will happen? So one time memory will allocate, that is 8 bytes of memory. That is 8 bytes of memory will allocate. 8 bytes of memory will allocate, and the value COAP assigned into that memory, and every object will share that memory. Every object will share that memory. Every object will share that memory means what? Every object will access whatever the memory is containing the value COAP. So that means if that common attribute I will declare as static, so instead of 400 bytes of memory allocation, 8 bytes of memory that will require. So 400 minus 8. 400 minus 8. So 392 bytes of memory is saving. This is the advantage. So if the common attribute I will declare as static, so individually memory will not allocate for that attribute. Overall, one memory will allocate in heap area, and 8 bytes of memory will allocate, and the value COAP is assigning into that memory, and all object S1, S2, S50 will share that value or share that memory. So what will be the advantage as a result? Instead of 400 bytes of memory, 8 bytes of memory will require. As a result, 392 bytes of memory is saving. This is the advantage of static variable. Static variable is used for memory management. So I hope everybody got clarity. Just you write that point. When a variable is preceded by the keyword static or declared by the static keyword is known as static variable. Okay, so once a variable is declared as static, okay, memory will allocate once, and all objects share that memory. So as a result, memory will save. Okay, which is the advantage, main advantage. Which is the main advantage? Which is the main advantage? Main advantage. So that means static variable is used for memory management. That means static variable is used for memory management. So then I will go to the program. So now, so whatever I discussed, let student, class let student. Okay, so int registration number, let string name, and as per the analysis, static string college name equals to COAB. This this pattern currently we discussed. Now I will uh, define a parameterized constructor. Same point, suppose I will write int registration number, string name. Okay, so one parameterized constructor I am defining. Parameterized constructor because automatically it will execute when I will declare an object, and at the time of declaration of an object I can pass the value. Constructor. So instance and local exactly same. Currently I started this dot registration number equals to registration number. This dot name equals to name. Okay, so since college name, this attribute already the value I have assigned, so that's why that attribute I what I have not considered here, because constructor objective is initialization. Already scene name the value I have given. So then normal method one show method. So I can write system dot out dot println, system dot out dot println. Okay, so let the value of registration number, there is a space, the value of name, then another is system dot out dot println, the value of a college name that already we have taken. Okay, so what I did, so simply as per our analysis, so student is a class that I took. So containing three property, three data member, three variables, whatever you consider. Registration number, name and college name. So as per our scenario, college name that we have declared as static. So one parameterized constructor that we have defined and one normal method. Then I will go to main method class static example one, then public static void main, then string args. Okay, so now I will declare an object, but when I will declare an object, so we have to give a focus. We have defined parameterized constructor, so at the time of declaration of an object we will pass the value currently we have studied. So now let it student S1 equals to new student. Now S1 is the object. So at the time of object declaration, suppose registration number let it 101, comma, let name is John. Suppose this. So student S2 equals to new student. So within a bracket, suppose registration 102, let name is Smith. So in this way that you can take 50 student objects. Okay, so two objects, suppose two student information that I provided. So now s1 dot show method, then s2 dot show method. This ends. So when this line will execute, parameterized constructor will execute automatically. Registration number is 101, name is John. Similarly, again S2, another object S2, this line executed. Then again parameterized constructor will execute. When object is declaring, that object declaration is executing, constructor will execute automatically. That already we all have known. Then coming to this line, so s1 dot show, when this line will execute, show method definition will execute, this person will execute. Show method body is two line, two output statement. So based on the output statement, output will come to the picture, the value of a registration number and the value of a name, then value of college name. Similarly, s2 dot show method, when this line will execute, again this person will execute registration number value, there is a space, name value, then college name value. So now I will save. So file name is static example1 dot java. Now I will do all files, then I will save. I will go to command prompt, cls for clear skin, java c. static example one dot java. Now you see compilation is success. Now I will run java space class name static example one. You see, so we got the output 101 John COEB, 102 Smith COEB. So in this way you can take 50 objects and accordingly in this way 50 student information that we can get. So I hope everybody got clarity. This is a static variable. So maximum time what interviewer will ask is a fresher interview question. What is the main advantage of static variable? Simply you will give the answer. Static variable is used for memory management. Okay. Then when a particular variable I will declare as static, when that variable, that attribute, that property is common to all objects. That common property, that common attribute, that common variable, I will declare as static. Because for static variable, memory is allocating once and all objects sharing that memory. As a result, memory is saving. Then we will go to static method. Java static method. So a little bit information that we have known from the beginning that I have given the clarity. Main method is static. Static method is always class level constant. So concept. So like static variable, it is possible that we can define a method as static. Like static variable. Okay, it is possible that we can define a method as static, which is known as a static method, which is known as static method. Okay, so or we can say when a method is definition, when a method definition is preceded by the keyword static is known as static method. So static method is a class level concept. Static method what directly invoke by class. So if you have static method, then there is no need to declare an object to invoke that method. Static method is a class level concept. It is directly invoking by class. Static method can access static data only, static variable only. So it cannot access non-static data member. So static method can access only static data member. Okay, so we will see by taking an example. So static method directly it is invoking by class. Directly it is invoking by class. Here there is no need to declare an object. There is no need to declare an object. Okay, then I will go to example. Let suppose let class A suppose, and I have a static data member static int x suppose. So I have a static method static let void get method. Suppose I will write because currently I told static method can access only static data. Static method can access only static data. So I can write suppose x equals to 500 and I will write one output statement system.out.println. Suppose if I will write x equals to the value of x, this, then I will go to main method class static example 2, then public static void main string args. Then okay, so here a is my class and containing one static data member, that is x, and one static method that I have defined. This is static method. Static method. One static method that I have defined. So then in main method there is no need to declare an object. Class name dot static method. Get method. Finish. You remember, so in later on when you will see a method is directly invoking by class, so immediately you will consider that is static method. In static method there is no need to declare an object. Static method is a such method, it is directly invoking by class. So I will save static example 2.java. I will do all files. I will save. I will go to command prompt java c static example 2.java, then java space class name static example 2. You see, I got x equals to 500. We know that when a method is invoking by an object, then method definition executing. But here we got another point. If the method is static, static method directly invoking by class. Static method can access only static data. Static method never access non-static data. If I will write suppose normal data, suppose int y I will take, and if I will write y equals to 600, so it will give error. You see, file save. So I will go to command from the java c static example 2.java. You see, I got an error. So non-static variable y cannot be referenced from a static context. So hence from this error message, what we got the point, static method only access static data. So if you are taking non-static, for that normal method you have to define. Then you will declare an object, through that object you can access that method. Okay. So now Java C static example true.java, then java space static example 2. Okay, so give a response. This is all about static method. Then we will go to static block. Static block is very simple. Directly remember, block means what? Curly bracket begin and curly bracket end. Okay, so static block, same static method accessing static data, static block also accessing static data. And uh, here one point you remember, actually when I will compile a .java file or program is a .java file, I will compile that from the beginning that I have told one point. When a dot class or dot java file will compile successfully, dot class file will generate. So when that dot class file actually is loaded, so at the time of dot class file is loaded, okay, so or class is loaded in memory, so at that time static block if present in your program it will execute. I will show an example. By taking an example I will get the clarity. Suppose let class, suppose my example class name is suppose java example. Get it? My class name is java example. Suppose I have two data members, static data, static int let x, static let string y. Okay, because currently what I told static block, this is all about whatever I am saying. So this is static block, java static block. So now, so I will represent a static block. Static curly bracket begin. Block means what? Curly bracket begin and end. So I will write x equals to 100 and I will write y is a string type of variable. I will write Java means Silan Software. Okay, so this is my block, static block. So this representing static block. Okay, this representing static block. Okay, so here there is no method because method whatever what doing the task, that task static block is what did. So here if there is no method, so there is no need to declare the object. Okay, so directly here I will write public. Here main method I can write public static void main string args because without a main method I cannot execute the program. Okay, then till now output statement I have not written, so I can write system.out.println. So I want to print the value of x. Okay, so if I will write value within double quotes, if you will write value of x is, let the value of x, and I will write another output statement system.out.println value of y is, okay, the value of y. This is my program, a small code. Now I will save. So here again I am repeating. So this is okay. So class name. Okay. So otherwise this is a static example 3 because already we have taken static example 1 to static example 3. So two static data member, one is int x, one is string y. So static block, you remember static block, it is possible that we can declare a block as static which is known as static block. Block means curly bracket begin and end. This is a block and whatever we will write the statement, that is a block of code. So static block is a such block which access a static data member. Okay. So now I will save. So static example 3.java, and I will do all files. Then I will save. I will go to command prompt Java C. So static example 3.java. Now I will run Java space class name static example 3. You see, just happily we got the output value of x is 100, value of y is Java main Ceylon software. So I hope everybody got clarity. This is all about static block.